So what did you do in your holidays? Studied, right? What do you do in your free time? Oh, so you have no free time. Okay. Do you like sports? Oh, you do, but no time. So there's no time for anything except study these days, isn't it? Does that make you frustrated? Does that make you angry? Do you tell your mom and dad that, look, I need a break? Do they listen? So many times I see youngsters these days completely disconnected from their families. There used to be a time when I was young, and when people asked me, do you like your mom or your dad? Most people of my generation had one answer, or sometimes they would say, we like both. But today, it is so alarming when I hear people say, I don't like either of them. I'm in my 50s and completely bonded with my brothers. Today, I see you youngsters saying, oh no, I don't like my sister. Oh, my brother is so annoying. So who are you bonded with? And why is that bond missing? Do you like what you're studying? Do you want to be an engineer? Or would you rather do something else? A lot of people say, I'd rather be doing something else. I know of a friend's son who really wanted to be a doctor. Really wanted to be a doctor. But his parents said, a doctor would take 20 years to settle down. And even then you don't know whether you're going to become a famous doctor or not. So take up engineering, go to IIT, and then let's see what happens. So did he become a famous engineer? No, he didn't. He failed every year of engineering until he dropped out of IIT. Today he's doing nothing. So if you really want to do something, you have to find a way of doing it. Things have a way of working out. Unfortunately, in our state, the education system is such that it's only stress and no fun anymore. I don't remember being stressed even one day of my life when I was a student. I don't remember seeing in the past decade one child who's happy with what they're doing. Somewhere something is always bothering them. Comes out as anger, comes out as grief, comes out as depression, comes out as belligerence towards parents, comes out as parents continuously complaining about your kids. Is it really worth it in the long run? Is what you kids should think. What is your quality of life? Is there a quality at all to your life? Or is it only one textbook after another, one course after another? I find it very odd when children don't smile. I find it very odd that you need to carry books that are probably sometimes even heavier than you. I find it odd that you need to go to school at 6 in the morning and come back at 9 in the night. I find it even more odd when you have time for nothing, not even a smile. These days we see obesity in both children and adolescents and young adults. Why? You don't move. You're just sitting there and studying. So, and of course you have to eat, right? So there you are sitting for hours on end with your books in your hand and eating. Even if you eat very little, it tells on your health. Scientists say that you should not sit for more than 4 hours at a time. And here we are sitting for at least 15 hours, either in school or at home studying. Do we have a life? No. Do we want a life? Yes. And that's where the whole problem starts. Children want a life and parents believe that their life right now should only be study. So are your parents wrong? Definitely not. They are a part of a system that is wrong. Can we change the system? No, we can't. Are you wrong? Absolutely not. So when nobody is wrong here, why is all this happening? Children not bonded with their parents, not able to concentrate, exam phobias, depression when you don't score. I have never heard in my life writing a re-exam for 1 mark. But today, it's the order of the day. In fact, if your parents don't tell you to do it, you want to do it yourself, or the institution forces you to write an exam for 1 mark. How silly is that? Isn't it? But that 1 mark can cost you a rank, and that 1 mark can cost you a seat in either IIT or a medical college. Education is very important. There's no doubt about that. But stressed out education will get you nowhere. So, when parents say you need to study, by all means study. By all means try your best. Raise the bar. Raise it higher. But with effort that is mixed with love. If you think that you're doing the world a favor by studying, really you're not. If you think you're doing the world a favor by behaving yourself or being wonderful, you're not. You're doing yourself a favor by being stable, by learning how to recognize signs of depression and stress, and de-stressing yourself. Unhappiness can haunt you for the rest of your life. It is within you to be happy. It's within you to find peace. Study. Take short breaks in between. By all means, enjoy Facebook. By all means, make new friends. But don't do things that will harm you. Don't get into bad porn sites. Your curiosity will definitely take you there. But there's a limit to everything. This is an age where people want to experiment with alcohol, go out with friends and have a breezer, or go out with friends and have a little bit of something. This is definitely not the age for you to be over socializing or drinking. Is it because you're not bonded at home that you want to seek bonding outside? Maybe. A lot of people say that. I don't feel loved at home, therefore I seek love outside. But is somebody your own age who's as immature or maybe as inexperienced as you give you the kind of love you need? Maybe not. What you should seek is friendship, both with adults and with people of your own age and with people younger than you. What you should seek is admiration from people younger than you and for your peers to consider you a pathfinder. If you become a pathfinder, it doesn't take much time to become a pathbreaker, which is what you want to be, isn't it? So self-esteem. Take care of yourself. Tell yourself, I'm okay. You don't have to tell yourself, I'm great, or I'm going to be a great scientist, I want the Nobel Prize. If you can, you will. But start small. Take little baby steps. Can a baby run? No, right? It can just take a couple of steps, fall down, get up again, take a few more steps, fall down, get up again and walk. That's how you should be. Take baby steps, but take it in the right direction. Crushes are common, liking somebody is common, wanting a relationship is common, wanting love is common. Don't take it to a point that it distracts you from your goal. Life is not a series of goals that you must reach at every point. Life is a journey to be enjoyed. And that journey is something that only you can enjoy because it's your journey. It's not your parents' journey, it's not your institution's journey, it's not your teacher's journey, it's not your brother's journey or your sister's journey, it's your journey. A lot of people get the wrong message when I say that this is my journey, my life, it's my wish. It is your life, but not always your wish. And you will realize that when you grow up, that not everything you want will get done. It's only a teenage fantasy that, I can rule the world. You can't rule your little finger if you want. So, some places you need to accept authority, whether it's parental authority or tomorrow it will be a boss, tomorrow it will be somebody else. You need to understand that authority and freedom should go hand in hand. Freedom is not doing whatever you want. Freedom is not getting drunk and getting sloshed and falling on the road. Freedom is not just doing, disobeying people and doing whatever you want. Freedom of thought, freedom of ideas, freedom of maturity. Who on earth is stopping you from reading? Who on earth is stopping you from getting good knowledge? Who on earth is stopping you from using that knowledge for better purposes? Who on earth is stopping you from helping the person next to you? Nobody. But still, we decide that for me, freedom is being belligerent, fighting with people, getting on with life. For me, I'm stressed right now, so therefore I don't think I can study. Yes, of course you're stressed, but there is a way out. People may not understand the meaning of stress around you because for them, parents have put in so much money and institutions are investing so much time on you, so therefore you have to perform. No, you don't have to perform. You have to do the best you can. It is the effort that is important, and that effort will definitely yield fruit. Imagine a person who's just learnt his subject by rote, gone and written exams, and you've got marks because you're reproducing a textbook without a knowledge base. I had a young man who was in those days the MCET topper. He was a first ranker. And when he entered medical college, he came up to give me a box of sweets. And I asked him, would you tell me where the heart is? He pointed to his right. And this boy is going to become a doctor. Basic knowledge, in your biology textbook, that heart is on the left side. You've studied those books, isn't it? In fact, you've learned them by heart. Because, you're not thinking. A generation that does not think is a generation that can do nothing. You have to think. Make decisions. By all means, make the wrong decisions. Fall on your face, get up and start walking. Tripping and falling down is a given. Getting up, dusting yourself and walking forward, that is life. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid when your parents reprimand you. Don't be afraid to speak your mind, whether it is to your friends or to your parents. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and sometimes be punished for it. Be grounded for it. Don't go overboard with things that only give you immediate pleasure. Drinking, pubbing, internet, these are only momentary things. They can get you addicted. They can actually harm your life. It's not at all cute to hold a cigarette in your hand. Definitely not cute to be doing weed or any drugs. But what is cute is when you're helping a friend who's in this kind of a habit to come out of it. Help a person in distress. Think, sit down together as a group, become think tanks. You people are born with a brain that is far superior. You're a generation which has got technology at its fingertips. You're a generation with knowledge that is just like waiting for you to just imbibe it or absorb it. Don't waste your time doing unnecessary things. Life is to be enjoyed in several forms. You love eating pizza? The same way you should love biology or love math or whatever your niche is. Find your niche. Go towards it. You want to be an astronomer? There's nothing wrong with that. Do you want to go and land on the moon? Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Don't suppress yourself. I know of an art teacher who suppressed a student who was a prodigal artist. She wanted to paint a tree trunk green and the leaves blue. He kept forcing her to paint the tree trunk brown and the leaves green until she left art class. Today she is prodigal. Had she been trained a little bit, probably she would have been, beyond prodigal. But she was boxed. So don't let anybody box you. If you think that the tree should have a blue trunk, yes, your tree has a blue trunk. Don't let anybody box you into these things. If you think that science is your niche, yes, science is your niche. Even if it means 20 years of struggle. What is life if you don't struggle a little bit? Why should everything be handed to you on a platter? Why should everybody be there waiting on you hand and foot? And then all of a sudden you're trying to pursue a profession which you don't know what to do. Because you don't have enough knowledge, you haven't learnt enough. And you may not even like it somewhere. So stop getting confused. There's nothing wrong with your generation, just a little confusion. So stop getting confused. Make little lists. What are my strengths and weaknesses? How do I strengthen my strengths? How do I overcome my weaknesses? Maintain an emotional diary. Today I felt like this. Why did I feel like this? Why am I in distress? How can I combat this distress? Learn to analyze your emotions. All emotions are important, even anger. And you don't suppress emotions. You need to regulate your emotions. Not one emotion that is suppressed has done any good to any of us. So you don't have to be afraid to express your anger. Express it in different forms. You don't have to scream, shout, or beat up a wall or cut your fingers. Don't have to indulge in self-harm just to prove a point. You don't need to blackmail. In fact, blackmail at any point, when you are at the receiving end, you realize how horrible it is. But when you're saying, if you don't buy me an iPhone, I will not study, it's very annoying to parents. And then you wonder, why have my parents grounded me? Why are they not talking to me? Why have they dumped me in my room? Why have they cut off the internet cable? Why have they taken the TV away? Why? This is why. So don't blame yourself, don't blame your parents. Just work with the situation. If you have decided that this is my niche and this is the number of hours I need to study to reach that point, then by all means do it. If you're stressed, take a half-day rest. Get on with your life. But most of all, learn to be happy. Happiness is there like a little bubble. Burst that bubble every day. Smile, laugh. Talk to people, communicate with parents, with everybody. You may be angry. Work on it and say, okay, I was angry with that particular thing, not with the person. That incident did not appeal to me. But the person is fine. And that applies to your parents, to your friends, to your peers, to your teachers, to everybody. Never forget to have fun. Never forget to have a great life. And never forget to be happy. Because life can really be beautiful if you practice these things. I'm with you all the way. I'll be back next week with a new topic.